Hello everyone, welcome to Apollo School Online. This is a drawing that we're gonna do for today, and let's see what kind of tool you need for this class. Are you ready? Let's begin. Alright, today we're gonna use the pencil crayon to do the work. So let's see what media that we need to use. Alright, first of all, we talk about the papers. So we need to use the sketch paper. Alright, so you have to check your book, the drawing papers. Are they written on the cover with sketchbook? Alright, if you have those, that is the good one. Alright, you might using this one, mixed media. So this paper that we can use for dry media like sketch, like pencil crayon, and also can use for watercolor. Alright, so if you have this, that will be great as well. Alright, so sketchbook or mixed media. If you don't have any one of them, you can use the printing paper. Alright, printing paper is work for the dry media as well. Alright, sketchbook, mixed media papers, or the printing paper. And of course, we need to use a pencil to do the work, right? A pencils, a nice erasers, and the sharpener. Alright? I'm sure you have those. And especially I want to describe about the tracing markers. Alright? I'm looking for two different sizes. One is the 5 points markers. Looks like the big triangle on the top. It shows a thick line on the paper. And the other one is the ultra 5 points marker. It looks like the needle is very small and pointed. It will show a thin lines on the paper. Alright, so I need these two tracing markers. 5 points, ultra 5 point. So what if you don't have the needle marker, the ultra 5 point? You can use the pencil crayon, find the black one, okay, to do the tracing. It will look like almost like the same. Alright? Alright, so make sure you have the right papers, the drawing tools, and the tracing markers. Okay, so now we can start to do our work. Alright, so that's what we're gonna do for today, okay? It looks a little bit hard because the flower has many petals, and we have 1, 2, 3, 4 flowers, and they are the same color. Alright, so anyway, we can start to do it step by step all together. So let's see the base. The base is, the poly is very simple, right? It actually is the cylinder. But when we see this from this direction, it will look like a square or the rectangle. Alright, so same thing. We start with the layout. Center lines, very light, you know, we're gonna erase it. Super light. Alright, it doesn't have to be perfectly straight. Alright, so I want to place my the flower pot on the right hand side a little bit. So that's where is my red. About the same size. A rectangle. But as you see, if that is my center line on my pencil, that's my pencil. And that's where is the center of the paper. And my square is close to the right. The right hand side looks bigger. Left hand side looks smaller. Alright, then let's see the flowers. So we have the flower on the top right here. That's the front one. Just about here. Over the circle a little bit. That's where the center of the flowers. The center of the flower. So now it looks like the sunny egg. And that's my second flowers. And that's where's the leaf. A line, that's it. Just show the angle. And we do have a flower upside here. That's a flower from here. And we have one on the top. So 1, 2, 3, 4, a light for the leaf. Alright, so that's the layout. So now checking the layout. So make sure your flower doesn't look small on your papers. See, I didn't have that much space left. I only have 2 fingers on the top, 3 fingers on the left, about 1 finger at the bottoms, a finger on the right. Alright? Alright, so we can start to do the top here. Alright, the first flowers. Let's do the petal step by step. Let me zoom in a little bit. Just a little bit. So we still can see the real flower on the side and we can still see my joint. Alright, remember we have a sunny egg right here. We start to do this petal, this one. So that's it. From the sunny egg, going up and stop. Up here, inside the yolk, right here. And it has a crown, like 1, 2, 3. So let's see. That's my first one. 1, 2. This one has to go down, touch the yolk, and going up, touch the crown. That's my first crown. This one. It has a line at the middle. Right here. This one. And this one. Okay, then I want to do the petal next to it. Right here. Don't worry, I will finish every 3 petal. I will pause the video. Alright, every 3 petal pause a few seconds. So, that one. Okay, curve up. We need to have a space, so I can do the crown 1, 2, and 3. On the bottom, a little bit higher right here. 1, 2, and the last one 3. So the petal, this one. Do the petal in between this part. Okay, so from here. Like that. Curve. And a small stomach right here. Alright. I have top here, it looks too big. Let's go smaller. All right. Then I want to do the paddle 1, 2, 3 at the front. So I will start with the middle one. This one. Okay, so that's it. From here, going down, but not touching the box. Alright, then going up, even more up, right here, touch the paddle right here. Alright, and the lines stop, because it has a curly part, so you can see the bottom because it's bended. It's bended. So it will look like that. And stop here. Alright, so we can clarify the line inside. Now you can erase the yolk, the sunny egg, and the center line. We don't need that anymore. Okay, then I can do the paddle on the right. Just touch from here, from this one. Going up, touch the oval that we made. A little bit curved, all the way back to touch the paddle that we just made. And same thing, this paddle has a folding part. Alright, so it's right here. Getting smaller. And stop right here. Okay, so that's my second paddle for the second part. See, smaller, so I want to do the paddle right here. From the corner, going out. It's over the oval a little bit and going back to where we do from here. Not touching here, after going back. And same thing, this paddle has a folding part, so we have to do one more line, going up and going down all the way to here and stop. Alright, so I'm gonna do the other 3 paddles on the top here. Alright, it's from here. The last paddle we did, going up, keep going, it's over the oval a little bit and going down and stop here once. And this part doesn't have the folding part, so you don't need to worry about it. And from here, keep going, one more, a little bit close to the oval and going down and touch it. That's 2. And here we have a small one right here. This 3 is easy, right? Alright, so let's do the other flower on the right here. Okay? Zoom in, easier. So you see, we can see one more petal just below the flower that we did. So we have to finish this one first. 1, 2, and going back. And stop here. We have to leave some space for the leaf right there. That's one. We have to do one more. This one on the top. These two looks like the same, but the location is different. And going all the way back to 2. And the one on the top, this one. Here. Going up. A broken part. And going back to touch the petal that we began. Alright, so the petal at the bottom, 1, 2, 3, the 3 that we are going to do. So let's see, this one from here, not this petal, this petal. It will cross over on the square that we made. And the folding part, alright, coming back. Stop here because we have to leave the space for the other 2 small petals. Alright, so from here, touch, close the petal right here. And it has the folding part as well. Looks like this. Alright, last petal right here. I know it's a little bit difficult. Right. So we finished the bottom 3. Now we have to balance. So we have to do one side, one side, one side, and finish. So we finished 1, 2, 3. Now we are doing 1, 2, 3 on the top. So let's see. Start from here. That's the one, the very small one. 2, a little bit bigger, and going back to the petal right here. And the last one, we have to go in from here, very close to this petal. Going up, curvy, wavy, all the way onto here and going down. And here has a little bit folding part. Alright, so we finished the top. Now we have to do the middle. So the last 3. So here, 1, 2, 3. Oh, actually I have 4. Again, This one. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Alright, so let's do our last part. From here. Nice one. From this small paddle, going up, and a little bit all the way back to touch here. That's one. Alright, and the second one, now we can touch the oval that we just made. And going back to here. And this paddle has the folding parts as well. So we have to add in the folding part right here and get it smaller and smaller. That's 2. And we have to do this one. In between. But they are not going to be too big. 3. The last one, right here. From the paddle below here, not too big, and going up. Touch the paddle and keep going, just go behind. Alright, then we're done with the flower on the right. Okay, so the other 2 flowers on the side, on the top, we only see 1, 2, 3, the one behind, 1, 2, 3, and small one, 4th on the left, and we can see 1, 2, 3 on the top. Alright, so each flower, I will pause the video, so don't worry. Alright, let's see the bottom one here. So we will see the leaf, but we will do the leaf after, so we don't confuse ourselves. So that's the first paddle. Stop here, because we have to leave the space for the leaf. First one, and the biggest one. From here, it looks like a heart. Go back and touch. Small one. This one is in between. Two. So that 1, 2, 3. Alright. And we're missing one. Oops, sorry, right here. 4. Alright, the last flowers. 1, 2, 3. So it's from this point going up. It looks like the heart a little bit, but not that crazy as this one. Straight down. Second one, leave it a little bit space. 1, 2, and going down, touch. Last one, like a small break. Stop here because we have the leaf there. Alright, so we only have two parts hasn't done yet, the leaf and the base. Alright, so before that we have to remove all the circle, all the oval that we don't need it anymore. So grab your erasers. If you have the soft one, that would be great because you won't accidentally erase your hot word. The paddle taking lots of time, so we don't want to ruin it. Alright, be gentle. If your layout line, the cross, the oval is very hard for you to erase, which means you are doing it too hard at the beginning. So next time do it a little bit more gentle, more light. Alright? Alright, so now we can start to do the leaf. Let's do the easy one at the bottom first. So we have 1, 2, 3 sets. Alright, so the first one I'm gonna do this one. Okay? So it will go from here and touch close the paddle below. Keep going and going down and going back to touch the paddle right here. That's the first one. And the second one is going down, up, smaller, because we have to leave more room for the one on the right. The one on the right. The last one at the bottom, it will be right here, going up. We also have the folding part, so it will look like this. Alright, then we done the leaf at the bottom. Alright, then we will see a little bit 1, 2, 3, 4 on the top. So let's do it step by step. That's the first one. Find the right paddle. Find the right paddle once. Okay, that's the first one, very small. And 2, go behind, close the paddle, come back right here. That's 2. 3, inside the paddle right here. Last one gonna be right. Alright, so after I finish adding this leaf, I can do my last paddle behind. It will go right here. Here. Alright, then we done all the leaf. How about this one? Okay, so we don't do exactly the same. We just try to do them look similar. Alright, as many as you want to. So basically you have a stem. Something something like the fire. As many as you could, that's good enough. Alright, so we've done the leaf, the base. Just do the rectangle. Okay, some of them is covered behind the leaf. So don't forget to cover them, go behind. Alright, so you can start to clarify all the pencil that we don't need, then we finish the layout. Alright, I'm gonna pause the video right here so you have enough time to clarify and fix your flowers. Alright, so today you are not going to use the Schmuckers to trace your drawing today. You have to find your pencil crayon. We're gonna use the pencil crayon to do the tracing. So I will try to find a similar color as my real flowers here, but you don't have to, okay? You can change the flower, become the sky blue, navy, purple, pink, or orange, doesn't matter. Alright? So before I'm tracing, I have to make sure my pencil is sharp enough. Alright, it's a little bit stuck in there. Alright, so I will use my pencil crayon to do the tracing. Alright, follow the pencil that we do because we're working very hard with the pencil outlines, so don't ruin it. Alright, so for the leaf, I will use the green color because I was using the leaf is green, right? So find the right color, find the color you want to do the matching tracing. You are not going to use one single color to trace everywhere. Alright, so now you can begin to do the tracing. Alright, so for the colors, we were not going to do the color solid or color blending. We are going to do the hatching. Alright, so we will grab the same color that what you are used for tracing. Alright, so you have to use the same color. So we are going to do the hatching, adding the liner. Alright, so we have to see where the flower grow, which point they start, then which point we start to do the liner. It will look like that. Lines, and keep the top white. Follow the same direction. I'm not going to change the angle from right and bottom. And the pattern is growing from this point, so I have to do the liner like this direction. And we don't do anything for the folding part, just leave them white. So it will look like the sun rays. Where the pattern grows, that point is our start point to do the liner. This going out, it will look like that. So one way is hatching. We are not using the crossings or coloring. We are adding the lines. Alright, so now you can start to color and find the right color. Alright? Alright, so inside the pots, something like those, we can use the color to do the solid color in it. That's it. For this something small gap, we use the solid color. We don't have to add the liners. We just fit the color in. That's it. Alright? So the base, the color, it could be any. So you could do the shading, dark, medium, light. It's the cylinder. I showed you at the beginning, right? It's not the cube or something. Alright, it's a cylinder. So one side has to go darker to the middle. One side have to go darker to the middle. Base is a little bit brighter. Base is going to be the brightest. Alright, so when you're done with the coloring, you can find a spot to sign your name and write down the date. Then we're done for the class.